Crescent City, New Orleans, Louisiana, the home of the best team in the Western Conference, the New Orleans Hornets. And that's where the Knicks have come to wrap up a 9-day, 5-game road trip. The New Orleans Hornets a half game up on the San Antonio Spurs as they begin play tonight. Well, Kenny, all the experts, I know you're one of those, before the season said New Orleans is going to finish 8th in the West. They're number one. Chris Paul has made a huge difference in the way he has played, no doubt, for this team.
No, I didn't say they'd finish 8th, but I tell you, probably 9th. But the one thing that they do right now, they play so unselfish. Guys give up the basketball. Guys cheer for one another, and they trust in one another. But the one thing also, Chris Paul, an MVP candidate, has made great decisions. Everything that he has done has been right. He doesn't force anything. Everything looks simple. Everything looks easy. It almost looks like he's whistling as he's playing, and things are getting done. And this team has been playing unbelievable basketball.
They have more wins than anybody against the Western Conference, 31. CP3 for MVP, it's a definite possibility. Over 21 points a game, over 11 assists, nearly 3 steals, leads the NBA in those 2 categories. Could become the first to lead the league in assists and steals since John Stockton did it. Tonight's New York Knicks starting lineup brought to you by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of the Knicks. T-Mobile, who's in your fave 5? Marty Collins gets the call in the backcourt with Jamal Crawford, David Lee, Jared Jeffries, and Zach Randolph in the middle with Quentin Richardson out, a mild concussion, and Fred Jones, a sore foot. They will not be available. They'll face the rest of the Knicks: David West, Tyson Chandler, Peja Stojakovic, Chris Paul, and Morris Peterson. Mo Pete is finding his way into the starting lineup and playing well for Byron Scott.
He's got to draw the foul on that or finish.
A nice feed by Paul to the cutting Stojakovic, and the Hornets have the lead back. Paul, he'll fire the jumper and knock it down.
He's actually a 49%.
Another fast break.
Here they come again on the run. And Peterson lays it up and in. Been assisted field goals. Paul goes right by Collins and lays it up.
Everybody in the arena coming up talking to you. Oh, they're happy to see you when you come in, man. Everybody, the guards, everybody that works in the place. Oh, well.
It's inevitable when you're not playing well and your team has not done well for 2 years. You're going to make change, and you're going to start primarily at the top. And Donnie Walsh has been proven.
Knicks have scored on 7 of their 9 possessions in the quarter. Chris Paul back in the ball game.
You know, I never played for a coach that played his zone. He's a good perimeter shooting team.
Paul right down the lane, and
so you should never
goes in.
You should guys in the corner, so all of a sudden Jared Jackson, he gets picked. He has a step on him because you have the shooters that's Peja's running back in the corner from the corner. So they put Peja in one corner and they put Pargo on the other, and they say, okay, pick your poison. We're going to drive you or we're going to shoot threes on you. Missed a bunch of shots, and Knicks are still up right now. So because these are the shots they've been getting in the high school division, 7 feet tall. Because
timely hooping now by the Knicks.
Oh, Paul, a great change of direction.
It's in and out. Got the defense to go in and out.
I told you he's like a running back, the way he can change directions.
About who is the most valuable player. If you believe in the numbers, Clyde, you like LeBron James. If you believe in wins, maybe you like Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, I like James. Garnett has a lot of help. Paul has help. We see here he's got shooters, he's got shot blockers. Kobe also has help, so I think LeBron is pretty much the team in Cleveland. So.
Tough call on that one, Clyde. I'm going to have to go with Kobe Bryant for Chris Paul's second, only because, you know, LeBron's team has not showcased the way the other teams all year. So they haven't had any lulls in LA.
Stojakovic has given the Hornets a lead with 2:15 to go. It depends on what you think most valuable means. I mean, the best player, that's one thing. Who's more valuable to their team?
Another guy who, you know, people, we all look for take and going away with it. And not only that, well, on the other end, Chris Paul has done a great job of just coming over and giving me high five as these highlights are going on. So that's it. That, you know, that in itself is going to get me to be more excited. But no, he makes great decisions. And you look, right here, everything that he does, he's composed, he's calm. And for a young guy at 22, being able to do that on Bourbon Street and be calm, that's pretty good.
And stay focused. The highlights brought to you by Heineken. Heineken, it's all about the beer, and it's all about the second half when we return on MSG.
But the adrenaline sometimes takes you to other places, so when you see this crowd, you try not to give up dunks. They got to watch this layup. Yeah, they run it back. We got Knicks 4-on-5. So,
because I thought when they made the change in Memphis that I would see an energized Knick team out on the court, and it didn't happen.
He came to New York 2003, said he was going to change the culture, and that hadn't happened. Here's Chris Paul in the lane with a floater.
Got the blues.
This is dangerous, this zone against, with Mo Pete. With Mo Pete and
you're a prophet.
You're doing the game with Clyde tonight. It's always talking.
Oh, Chris Paul from way downtown. No, come on now.
That's a one-sided backcourt.
We're going to bring Byron over here and ask him about that.
He could not guard Walt Frazier on the road in his best day. He couldn't guard him when he was in the league.
Another thing, Baltimore versus New York, East Coast rivalry. When you two were on different teams.
Pass.
That's what made that rivalry, when you guys got together, even better. Because we used to sit there and go, oh, you got to play 3 games out of the playoffs, 39 and 43. Chris Paul's got 25 points. That's the quietest 25 I think I can remember.
Yeah.
He had 17 at the half.
Anyway, Jared Jeffries can guard.
Paul can try to step up on it. Paul feeds to Bonzi Wells, who banks it up.
Are you talking about line if you're not starting?
Right.
You just prepare a little bit differently.
Bonzi Wells on a perfect feed from Chris Paul. We're all tied at 95.
Bonzi Wells is really going to help this team in the playoffs because what he will bring is he's going to bring a post-up ability. They're going to put some smaller guys on him, and you saw him when he was in Sacramento as Chris Paul gets a steal.
Paul gives it up to Wells.
And he gets the assist. He leads the league in steals. He gets that, gives it up to Bonzi Wells. He leads the league in assists. And he's already got 25, 27 points, whatever that is. 25 points, so he's doing it all. Chris Paul, here's a steal. Averaging what, 2.7 they said earlier.
Almost 3.
Averaging 11.4 assists. And this is how you do it. And this is how you get it.
Oh, this is usually when the Knicks start going one-on-one. Forget about the team.
Right down the lane, slicing through. And the Knicks have got to stop the flow of offense now with 9 minutes to go.
Okay, he's good. Okay, he's good.
Yeah, talk about Paul's sagacity, his tenacity, his old school mentality in the way that he plays the game. This time hanging and banging, propelling.
Well, Chris Paul has ignited his team. 28 points, 13 assists. And the Hornets lead by 4. Hornets by the slimmest of margins. Stojakovic one more time. And this time, he gets it to go.
That's what they want. See, he's a misser. He causes mismatches, and then he gives you wide open looks on the perimeter.
Gives up the shot and gives it to Stojakovic.
That's why he's the closer.
Chris Paul doing just about everything tonight. His team up by 7.
Well, he's the best at making decisions. He understands where to pass it to, where not to go, Clyde.
Yeah, he's been stealing and dealing. A relentless pursuit in the paint and creativity by that man. They should be yelling MVP, Mike. MVP.
Franchise record total wins is 54 back in '96.
His shooting ability.
That's when the team starts to roll.
I don't think anyone that's in an arena ever yelled MVP for any territory for him. MVP.
So Paul with 33 points, 15 assists. Just missed his first free throw. Well, if they don't know he's an MVP candidate by now, game 75, they won't know it. Well, the play of the game is brought to you by Budweiser. Reach for a Budweiser, the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Open up a world of taste. And Chris Paul, with his team leading by just 2, went to work early in the 4th. his hanging floater. Look at this. Part of a superlative effort by Chris Paul. In his third year out of Wake Forest, the preeminent point guard of the NBA. Hornets win it 118-110. Back to the New Orleans arena after this.